I mean, if it says that it's dangerous, we probably shouldn't go in, right, guys?
But if I know Raven Tech, that is like them trying to keep us out of something that's really valuable and important.
I'm gonna go grab a
Oh,
soda real quick.
right. Because they're lying.
Because Raven Tech is the worst. I can try to get some of these computers online and see if it'll tell us what's behind the door.
I thought that would be a good idea. See how much of the system we can bring on. If there's an old life support system that we can bring up, um, any information that's still in there, something. Um,
Well,
Mr.
maybe we
Crystal, can
do.
you do anything with computers?
Oh, no.
Oh, why? Yeah, that's okay. Um,
Yeah, maybe some of us stay out here. Maybe we split the party. Some people stay out here to alone in the dark laboratory where nothing's dangerous at all, and the rest of us go into the place we're not supposed to go. That seems safe.
uh,
Uh-huh.
let's just try to see real quick if we can get the system online. Um,
I can do computers.
yeah, Goldine, listen, hero. I don't
Oh,
use that word very often, Goldine, but I think you are a hero and you have what it takes, right?
oh. You see him grab onto his yellow fin, his scales, as he's like, okay, yes, I'm a man of science. This like he's torn between being scared out of his mind and incredibly excited. This is his moment of virginity in the adventuring world. Um, as he's just like, okay, there's a laboratory. I can go check out the laboratory. Um, I am afraid of the room with the glowing thing, but yeah. In that, I'm not going down there. The He points to the huge door that says there. So you got the laboratory, you've got the room with the light coming from it, you've got the captain's chair, more or less, the comm area, and then just kind of where you're at right now.
And the lab and the danger are those the same place or two different places?
Two different
The
places.
so we have danger door, room with the light, and the lab.
Yeah, and
Three different
then
places.
the room that you're kind of in right
Where we
now,
are.
which is that has the comms and the captain's chair, not captain chair, but you know what I mean,
Yep.
communications chair.
Uh, I'll call it ops. I think that's a good name for it. Yeah. So can right now the Wicca and I just try to get the computers online if we work together?
Yeah, and
Just
you
see
want
what
to
we
work
can do.
together and do it? Sure. Yeah,
Can we?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Mr. Crystal, what do you want to do?
I mean, Royce is, you know, I want. I think Lycia and I should try to get inside the place not to go into. I appreciate them wanting to spend a lot of time with the computers and stuff, but I mean, they just told me that it's probably just secrets behind there, so it's probably not actually dangerous. So I'll ask
I'm not
Lycia
saying it's dangerous. I'm just
if
saying
I'll
something
ask
important
Lycia
back there.
if they want to go with me and check out what's behind the door while they're doing this.
Oh, yeah. A man of danger. I like that. Yes. Let's check out this danger. Okay, so I'm gonna need two different roles. One team, give me let's take a look. Probably a weave slash rigging check. Um,
Hmm?
and you tell me what attribute you're using for what kind of effect you want to get out of it. And then other team, which in this case is just Mr. Crystal with aid of Lycia. How are you gonna get that door open? Like it's just a big door, submarine door with a huge thing in the middle. Like you can just try that, right?
Yeah,
Or you
absolutely.
could
I'll just manhandle it. Maybe
okay.
Would valor? No, not all the valor. Oh yeah, feats of action. Yeah, dodging falling rocks. Oh, I'll shield you.
You get an aid action though. All right. Who's gonna roll for team computer?
I can.
Which one? Which attribute are you going to use, Ludwig?
I would use wits to use what I remember of Raven Tech technology and computers to get stuff up and running.
And then I'm gonna use like a mechanics, like a vigor check to help. Like she's gonna do the software, I'm gonna do the hardware.
Okay. Now you can give the aid action or do a separate roll. The aid, since you have a bonds of 3 with Ludwig, you can give her a +3 total to the roll.
Ooh. She's
And
been rolling really shitty, so I'm gonna make my own roll tonight.
okay. Now I do want to say it's only a 9 to get it back online. It doesn't
I'll do my own
it
roll.
doesn't seem like it's more of age. It doesn't seem like it was these were destroyed to not start back up. It's just that it's been abandoned, right?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not relying on Rachel to roll this by herself.
Okay. Give me some rolls then.
Sorry, darling. Well, then there you go. That would have been fine.
Okay.
Also, no saga points or tension points. Just a
Yeah.
very middle of the road roll there.
There we go.
Okay. Gareth Carr got that. Ludwig got that. Okay, perfect. And then Mr. Crystal, can you give me a roll then?
Yeah, I guess
Lycia,
it's gonna be valor vigor. That's athletics, right?
yeah. Lycia is going to aid you though and give you a +2 to your roll. +2 total. Unless you want to use explosives.
No, no. I'll just manhandle it open.
Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, all right.
So 12.
Okay, perfect. All right. Gareth Carr and Ludwika, you get together, you're like, wait, I think there's got to be a power source over here. I think maybe we can shortcut it here. Here's this stuff. As you're going over the comms chair as well, is where a lot of the work is being done that you're trying to figure out. You do find the dreaded blinking red light.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're like, that's probably them. The
Mm-hmm.
signal has gone off. There's no way to stop it at this point, but it's going to take a while to travel because space is travel even with signals isn't instantaneous. So the clock is
Mm-hmm.
starting. The clock is starting now. And just to emphasize that, um, the the everything powers back on. You hear the little blips and bleeps as the lights kind of flicker on and off, become till firmly becoming on. You hear a shout from Goldine from the laboratory as the same time Mr. Crystal and Lycia have spun the wheel and are both knocked on their butts as the door is shoved back. A wave of heated toxic fumes rolls into the room as a steam mander also rushes into the room looking for a snack. Okay, combat. Let me get my stats real quick.
While you do that, Eric and I, a couple years ago when we were in North Dakota, we visited an old missile silo that you can now tour, and that is 100% what I'm picturing in
Yes.
this place right now. Like there's
If I
like the big door that blocks the actual thing, and there's the room, like the control room where you have to have like the two guys that have the keys that are like way apart from each other in order to actually activate the thing.
Yeah, 100%. I did some research. Like if I ever do this one as an actual printed module, like I got a picture of like, yep, this is what missile silo looks like. Yeah, totally.
Mhm.
100%.
If
That's
you
what
ever have a chance, Cooperstown, North Dakota, random in the middle of nowhere, super
I
fascinating, so interesting.
Nice.
And it was active when I was a kid, so it hasn't been a tourist place, like, since, like, I think it started when I moved away from North Dakota, and we went back one time, and we happened to be driving past, and I was like, "We should stop." Fascinating.
Love it.
Terrifying and fascinating at the same time.
Alright. As this beast bursts into the main room, it's about 15 feet long, large scaled lizard, salamander type thing, almost on fire in and of itself, um,
Mm.
as it charges into the room. Okay, here's the new initiative rules that we've been working on. Is that I'm going to go first, unless you want to interrupt my turn. If you want to be the first person to go, it costs 2 saga points. Okay.
Mm.
Otherwise, it just costs 1 saga point to jump in after the first person goes. So, does anyone wish to spend 2 saga points to go first?
So it's coming from behind the door that I just opened.
Oh yeah, yep, you've been knocked to your butt. You and Lycia are the obvious first. Well, you're behind a door. Maybe not, actually. May not even know you're there.
And their skin is hot but not burning. Like if I touched it, it wouldn't necessarily.
No, it's
The
kind of
skin
on
wouldn't
fire,
burn. Oh, okay.
but you're made of
Uh,
crystal.
yeah, that's right. I am mineral born. All right, no, I'm going to. As it comes by, I'm going to try to leap onto its back. I'm going to ride this bad boy straight out the front door.
The
Yeah.
front door is not open. The only place that is open is the drill hole in the ceiling 20 feet up.
Oh boy. Are there any side rooms I could drive him into?
The laboratory
Oh wait,
that
I'm overthinking
Goldine.
it. I'm jumping on him. I'm jumping on him. Not gonna think about it too hard. Nope, I'm going for it. Forget about it. No metagaming. I'm going.
All
I'm
right.
jumping right on his back with my big gloves on. I'm gonna try to yank him away from the friends here.
Okay, sounds good. What I love about this is okay. So you got to spend 2 saga points to go before it
Yep.
goes. Okay. Um, we've got some things to talk about. I love the idea. I understand what your goal is. So let's talk about how we can accomplish that goal. I've got a couple of different ideas. One, I like this being like an animal handling sort of deal, right? You're trying to, um, so you have to bond with it, like a panache sort of thing, um, or something like that, right? Or a weave check that you're trying to bond with this animal sort of thing to try and direct it. You may not necessarily have to jump on the back of it. If you want to go that direction where you're just trying to grab on and hold on, that's going to be a vigor something, right?
Yeah, that was my first instinct. Once I get
Yeah.
control of him, maybe I try to calm him down
Yeah.
using the weed. But I just got to get on top of this boy right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vigor, valor. Like, right? There's no other choices here. Okay. These things are scary and on fire. You are the attackers. Yep. So you roll first.
9.
Ooh, what are you gonna keep?
I better take one more. Yeah, put him up 12.
12. Okay. And I get a tension point there.
Yep.
Okay. Um, I'm going to spend. You got a 12, right? I'm gonna spend a tension point. I am down to 3. And I'm gonna buck you off. I'm gonna do 4 points of damage as you get tossed into the far wall.
I'm gonna use my advantage of mineral born to get a extra die. Physical to resist physical.
Yep. Yep. I'm cool with that. Yeah, you're mineral born. Like that's totally fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah. He
All
throws
right.
me against the wall, but I'm comfortable with that. Yeah.
You put a little dent into the plasteel wall. Okay. I am so bucked you off more or less. And then Lycia is gonna still be behind the door. We got Gareth Carr and Ludwika. We're gonna say Gareth Carr is even. Gareth Carr. All right. It is going to, after bucking off Mr. Crystal, it scrabbles forward to take a bite. As it opens its maw, it has no teeth, but it is a gooey lava type gums that are trying to latch onto you. So 46. I should probably open this up. 46. Um, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go to 11 for my attack.
This one goes to 11.
Oh, hey, sorry guys, I forgot. I got so excited just using this as a wandering table thing. What's the twist? We rolled on the tension table every time. This is a tension table thing that happened. So I need a twist for this. I'm currently chomping down on Gareth Carr. We haven't gotten his roll yet, but what is the twist here? Um, I am a creature that just bursts through the do not enter door.
Is it a twist for me particularly?
No, everyone's gonna do it.
But I mean, it's a twist that affects whom?
Oh, it can affect just you, I guess, but it's more to add more of a complication to what's happening. I'm gonna throw this twist out here. I think if this thing is still in here for a couple more rounds, it's going to destroy equipment in the room. So like you won't be able to get certain systems back online.
Um, now that we're closer to these things, and due to readings that we saw before, this is one of the babies,
Ooh, okay.
and it's big.
Mm. Ooh. Oh, that's an ugly twist right there.
Yeah, I love it. Anyone else?
Uh, the reason it was back behind the danger do not enter is because it had been experimented on by the company, and they've grafted bionics into it somehow. It's a cyborg salamander.
Oh, what the? Okay. Okay.
So once again, we're being very light and fun
It's like,
about this.
come on, Rachel, give us something sweet. Like, oh, but it's probably it'll be friends with you if you sing to it. Like,
Like
give me
that.
Because
something.
because it's just a baby, it has uh sweet sugary lemonade instead of lava.
If you defeat
um,
it, it'll be your best friend forever. That's the complication.
you will be able to ride it, Mr. Crystal. um, actually, I don't hate that. I mean, like, if because it's a baby, if you tame it, like if
Okay.
you can make it
You know
friends.
what I like about that is that this is a world of honor, right? So if you defeat it, it will bond to you. It's the complication. So good luck getting that past customs. Did you bring any fruit back? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I love these twists. I'm gonna go with I think all of them that you guys said. Um, no, I'm gonna go with the one if it's still alive, still fighting, it's gonna destroy this. So the complication of it becoming your friends, that means if you defeat it in a way that it's still alive, it will bond with you. Okay. All right. Gareth Carr, I was gonna try and bite your leg off. I got an 11.
Yeah. Vigor, valor to get out of the way, right?
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
I don't think I'm gonna try to do anything else. Too fancy. Oh, balls. Well,
Discord is really loving us tonight.
I got a lot of saga points. That's good.
Yeah.
Am I alive still?
I don't
Oh,
know. I'm going to do, well, 7 damage to you. 7 health damage.
I'm still alive,
oh,
but
How?
I'm hurting.
good thing it wasn't an adult.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, now it is Gareth, Carr, and Ludwika's turn. In Lycia's turn. But I think we all know what she's gonna do.
So this thing just volcano breath me.
Oh, right. I forgot. You need to do another check. I'm so sorry.
Man.
Yeah, because I managed to bite you. Let's see now. Where is it? Unfair. Okay. Successful attack. It that gummy stuff that it bit you with, you assumed that was going to be like burning lava hot, right? When it bit into you. It is not. It clamps onto your leg, biting it, tears some of the fabric off your leg in that gooey type pink stuff, seeps through your skin. So you tell me when it's your turn to move.
Yeah, my turn right now. What do you got?
Okay. I need you to take a point of health damage as you feel your muscles starting to burn from the inside. Because someone decided these things needed to be venomous, if I remember correctly.
Yep, sorry everybody.
Lava venom. Who was that? Was that Rachel?
No, no, it wasn't me.
Hmm. Uh,
So
I know.
you are
Yeah.
lava poisoned. So that's you have a status lava poison. Whenever you take an action, you're going to take damage until you get rid of that status somehow.
Okay. Meaning that
Sorry.
if I take another action, I haven't taken an action yet. If I taken, or was that my action, or was that the
Yeah,
beginning of my action that I just
that
took?
was yeah. So you've taken your point of damage for this action turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, where-
I was told to pick a predator on this island. I will just say that. But yes, I did choose Venom to be involved. We're on this planet, not an island. It's a planet.
Yeah,
is it?
Ludwika, it's your turn too. Oh yeah.
Is it still attached to me, or did it like chomp me and then?
Chomped and then it reared back.
Uh, is
I
there a
say,
computer terminal that's close to me?
yeah, yeah, not too far away. And I'm going to say that its tail smashed into the chair that was in the middle, damaging it slightly.
Okay. Uh, I want to find a just like crawl towards a the closest computer terminal, and I think I'm gonna die.
Things don't look good.
And I want to go into myself. I want to try to tap into the weave, try to tap into the mysticism that I have. And if I truly am I wanted to try to transfer my essence into the computer. I'm not sure
Cool.
Gareth even knows what that fucking means, but
Sure.
like that's what this is all about. He's gonna try to do it, whatever that is.
Okay.
I have a
Love
twist
it.
for this. No, I'm just kidding.
You can't twist this.
But I want to. I have a twist.
I love this idea. I think it's going to be insanely hard to do.
Oh yeah.
So it's got to be pretty hard, but I'm not going to say no to this. It's really cool.
What if it's
So
part of the story?
Say again.
What if it's part of your story?
Well, it would be fitting. This is the last part of my story because I'm gonna die.
So that like you know what
so
to do. You just like inherently as a AI, like you plug into a computer and suddenly you're just like, I know how to do this. That can be part of your
so I'm going to throw this out here, and this might be the last roll that we do for tonight. Is that you guys actually do have 3 unity points because Lycia was a tension table thing.
Ah.
So if Gareth Carr wants to bring the, or if Eric wants to bring this to everyone and be like, hey, we can do chapter 5 of my Untold Story. You got to beat a 29, which as a group check is actually pretty easy to do. But it is going to alter the way your character functions moving forward.
I think it makes sense for it to be also the end of my character, right? Like in theory, I'm 1 point away. If that's like the end of my story, it's sort of like all the stuff you talked about as far as like a going out in a blaze of glory. It's like it's not that exactly, but I don't know. Uh it's
To,
going to be inherently different from anything else that he's been if this happens, right? So I
yeah,
think it's got to be a big deal, but I'm not sure what the implications are of it yet.
let me let's do this. Let's go 9, 13, 17. I'll give you a 17 on your own to push your consciousness into this port, which this is a contained system, right? You're not going to be able to travel or anything like that. But you can push your consciousness into this, where you're at, right? Into this command area that's getting smashed currently by this lizard. 17 to do that. Or you can pool up, do your untold story, quote unquote metamorphosis, and we'll talk about what that means afterwards. But that also means that other people have to be like, yeah, let's go ahead and do a all for one, or yeah, all for one check right now. What would you prefer, Eric?
I don't know. I I think that for the sake of playtesting, let's do the big thing that we've never had to figure out before, whatever that is.
Okay. Yeah,
If everybody's cool with
absolutely.
that.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
So, what we are going to do the first time ever is we're going to finish an untold story. The untold story is that Gareth Carr is an orphan left by his parents, right? Is there some what else am I missing here?
They were murdered, is what I the story that I heard. They were murdered.
That's right. They were murdered. And what was chapter 1 of it? Um
Uh, Cash was involved, not money,
right.
but the guy.
Yeah, the guy Cash, who was a smuggler, which then yeah, what are the next 3 chapters?
So I found out Cash was involved, and then I realized that I might be AI. And then I found the research facility that had the salon for a front. And then after going through that Plubber was hired to kill me and is also AI.
Right. Perfect. All right. You go to push your consciousness as you're feeling the functions of your body start to shut down, which to you, you have always known yourself to be Harvin. So you are dying. You feel you are bleeding out, but your consciousness is reaching a different level. All right. All for one checks. What is everyone else doing during this scene in order to aid him? Now, mind you, there's a lot of stuff going on in the scene. So there's a lot of stuff that you're able to do, right? There is a steamander destroying the area, the computer that his consciousness is going to go into as it's thrashing about and trying to kill you guys, right? Um, let's see now. There is like who knows that you're AI? Did you I feel like you told
Ludwika.
Ludwika. Yeah.
Ludwika, I told.
So Ludwika can maybe do something else, right? I'm not quite sure what that looks like. And then Gareth Carr, let's start with you. What kind of conflict role do you think you need to make here?
Like mysticism weave.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I'm bad at it, but that has to be what that is, right? It's the only thing I got left.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I really like it. All right. So I've spent all the Unity points. If you want to do the roll, or I guess we should ask what's everyone else doing before we get to the rolling part.
I want to do a computer. I want to do weave widths. And I think what I'm looking for, based on what I know about Gareth, is I'm seeing if there is an existing file for him that I can just update.
Okay.
Like
Because I
healing
think
me that way,
Raven
or
was
trying.
involved in him becoming an AI. So I'm trying to connect to the entire Raventech system to see if I can update his file with more recent information.
Interesting.
Is that
Okay.
a thing? Is that a thing I can do?
I want to make sure we have our stories straight. So you want to tie in Raven Tech as like
I
that'll
thought
be a
we already had.
twist.
Did I not? Did we
Not
not already
it's not
tie
official.
Raventech to his?
It's not official.
Oh, we just think.
Yeah, because we were gonna remember because that kind of got put on you and like, hey, let's keep those stories separate until a time that
Sure.
you're like, you know what? I think I really do want that to happen because then it's gonna start crossing your guys' stories a little bit more, you know.
Right.
So if you want to, totally fine. You can make it canon.
Jared, do you think that I could be doing a networking instead? I'm sort of doing that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a bizarre, like, yes. The answer is yes.
Okay. I have
And,
another idea, but I'm going to wait to see what happens.
Okay.
and is this salamander still clamped onto him?
No,
No,
but
it
it's
has
like right over there.
it
You
has
know,
let him go, but it is like kind of over him, but his tail is like smashed into another like the another wall of computers. So it's thrashing around. It's gonna try and eat people.
What would I do to help in this? Because I don't know he's an AI. I don't know. He's like
Right.
got chomped and he's going to like play video games or something. I don't even know what he's doing over on this computer. So I got nothing over there.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, just attacking the Steamander. Like,
I think I'm just gonna charge full bore across the room, slam into it, body check it up against the wall, away from the computers, away from my friends.
yep. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, Ludwika, are you happy with that weave check for what you want to do?
Yes. We
Okay.
have not made it official. I am gonna roll with the assumption that he is based on everything I've learned about Raventech in the last little bit.
Okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
hope in this moment that there is a file for a Harvin AI with his
Perfect.
background.
All
Because
right.
I assume it wouldn't have his name on it. Like I know how to search Raventech files. Like I know what I'm doing.
Yep. Okay, perfect. All right. So everyone give me a roll. You're trying to beat 29 in total.
Now we're using the for all number, the red number. Am I right about this?
No, 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 no. Nope, nope. Just do
Oh,
your
okay.
own.
Okay.
Nope.
That's what I wanted to check.
The for all, and I should maybe rename that. That's if you spend a Unity point just to borrow someone else's skill.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. The for all is you're just adding all your dice together.
Well, here's hoping this is the one time tonight where I get to roll well.
Uh, Oh, all right, Gareth Carr.
So I'm going to spend all the saga points I have to make sure that it is a 13.
We did not give you a single tension point on that one. Denied.
Yeah. Did you
Or
pass
anything
it
else.
though? All right. So if Gareth Carr, you're just going to spend all yours. Okay. I get
Yep.
that. So it puts you at 13 and then
Mm,
21, 30. So that means Mr. Crystal Nugget don't have to spend anything to get you to 30.
Okay.
You're able to get there. Okay. Perfect. All right. Now, this is an all for one. This is a personal story. So that means we have to do another twist. Okay. Now you've earned another unity point to get to the stage and tell us what that feels like as the salamander gets slammed away, push up the wall, giving Ludwika time to start to, on the booting up computer, look for parallel files to what might be a source of your source code as you push your consciousness into the computer. Tell me what you'd like to see happen, and then we'll work on twists after that.
Uh,
Oh no.
No, it's me thinking.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. So the Gareth he's right by the terminal, um, and Ludwika is right there next to him, and she's tapping away. Ludwika, you can see uh, his eyes, Gareth's eyes, as he's looking at you, and something's working, and he starts nodding. His eyes go big, and he's like, "Transmit it, transmit me. You know what to do. I have an idea." He drops.
All right. Let's have some twists. I have one.
I also have one.
I have one.
uh, I'm just gonna remember you can deny these completely because everyone's gonna have their own ideas, right? But you have to take at least one. My twist is your Gareth Carr form dies for all intents and purposes. The parallel source code that they find, that Ludwika finds, is Clubbers. And you come back as a Gareth Carr Plubber hybrid.
Okay.
I gonna say as I searched whatever keywords and typed really fast trying to find a appropriate file, I found more than one. And to add to that, one of them is the Harvin we picked up. What's her name? Oh,
Lycia. A Lycia?
Lycia is, I mean, literally, like, to a point, you were the same file. And then you went your different ways. But to a point, you and Lycia have the exact same file.
Okay.
You discover that your current consciousness is too large to possibly be transmitted or even stored on this computer. But you've discovered this. It's maybe it's two twists. You discover that this is actually not just base. It's a military base. The only thing able to hold your consciousness is a piece of advanced military equipment hidden deep inside the complex.
Mm.
Eric, you said you had your own twist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go with. I think I'm going to go with the conscious hidden in deep in the complex. I like the other ones too, but it is. It's too big right now. Like the code is. It's a very complex thing, uh, and it can be transmitted down to the somewhere deep in the complex. We don't know where, and that's sort of like if you wanted to get my code and do something with it to get it off this planet, you'd have to find out where that is. But that code right now still does transmit. Uh, Gareth Carr opens his eyes and he looks at his metal hands and he's Mixie. For the moment.
Mm. Yeah. Love it. Like this is all part of like the yes anding, right? Part of the improv. And it's your story, right? What story is going to be? You passed chapter 5. Okay. So you are now moving on to a new untold story that don't have to say what it is right now, right? But your we're gonna kind of pull back the curtain, kind of show what this means. Your current flaw is cautious, right?
No, that's mine.
Sorry,
Mine was guarded.
guarded. Okay. Now that was a penalty as a flaw or a scar, right? That now turns into a positive trait. You've lived through your story, and now being guarded is something that you can use as a benefit. You can spend a saga point like, hey, because I'm guarded, I should get a +2 total bonus to this. However, because you died, okay, you aren't completely wiped out. I think you've decided that you want to keep your story going as a character, right? We've got
Kind
some
of.
kind of, right. So we've got when a character dies, you've got a couple different choices. You can go out in a blaze of glory, which is you can do one last big thing, and then you are irrevocably dead. You cannot be brought back. You are removed from society. And that can be because you were like honored out and no one will even talk to you or even can look you in the eye because it's like, oh, you're unclean sort of thing, right? Or your body was torn and like you just can't possibly get there. After you do your Blaze of Glory, you've got your second grace, which is what we're talking about right now. Now, second grace is yes, you're going to live, but you have to take another flaw that relates to the story of how you survived. And there's a limit of 5 flaws slash traits that you can have before you can no longer come back. You've lived a full life. You're like, oh, I lived one more time. Now, no, you try that too many times. Your story's just over. Nice try. And then the last thing is you can die an ignoble death, where you can just be like, you know what? I think my character is just done. You know, say one last thing and then just die off screen. Like these hats look stupid. I hate lizards, but whatever.
I'll go for the worst.
Yeah. Reginald didn't see this happening, but so mechanically, it sounds like you've already made your choice doing second grace.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so
Uh,
now, yeah.
well, no, go ahead.
because you're doing two things at once. You're dying and you're also finishing an untold story at the same time, right? So
Yeah,
the
I mean, I think answering the question, right? Like that was true. So
yeah.
yes, that story, that part of that story is done. Yes.
So then you need to come up with a new law for dying and explain how you're still alive, right? We know that you got pushed in there, right? So something that relates to that somehow, your new consciousness is something isn't quite working right. That is used as a negative, right? Now you also need to get a new flaw for whatever your new untold story is going to be. So now you need a new goal. Like what are you trying to do?
Some
Become a
quick ideas right now.
it's I want you to think about it because this is going to define your character, right?
Right.
But if you want to put this down, that's great. Meanwhile, back in the lab, there is a steamander tearing up this area. I've got Lycia left to go, so she is going to try and just do a quick attack, of course. Oh, never mind. Okay, steamander is amazing and doesn't kill her, but comes close. Oh my god. This thing is just tearing up Harbins left and right. Um,
Marvin.
what's that? um,
I'm not a Harvin. I never was.
what? Yes,
You might not be
technically.
either, though. I think that was already established. Is that
Wait a minute.
she,
How much
right?
was
You like,
how much did it hit Ludwika for?
I have not been hit,
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you
Ludwika,
were saying. Oh, who did it hit?
Gareth.
Gareth
No,
Carr.
no, no,
Oh, I thought you were saying it hit someone else again. Okay,
no,
I'm
no.
sorry. I'm
Oh
sorry.
no,
It
no, no,
just hit the
Lycia.
girlfriend.
So Lycia, when you do combat, it's an opposed roll. So if you
Yep.
fail on your attack, you take that damage if it's hand to hand, and that's what she did. And she failed. Actually, she didn't
Easy.
fail. It just rolled amazingly well. So,
Okay.
all right. So we're top of combat. We still have a Steamander left to go. Would anyone like to spend 2 saga points to go first?
I don't know how I could be helpful by doing that. So no.
Okay. All right. So
Oh
I'm gonna go.
shoot! Keep forgetting one of my abilities. Anyway,
I'm going to try and finish off Lycia. You got an 8 versus 7. So I have done 7. Let me make sure. Yeah. I think Lycia is going down. I think she got bit super hard and poisoned. It was a really bad roll on that part. So Lycia also poisoned to death. Um, all right, Ludwig, Mr. Crystal, you have a mad steamander who wants to destroy the rest of these computers in here. It just hates computers.
do I have anything to fight it with? Am I just supposed to assume I have something to fight it with? Because I don't even know what I would have. Does
You do have a
this?
laser gun.
Okay, I was gonna say, does this facility have something that I could grab and hope it works?
Well, assumably you would always have a weapon on you because you
Okay.
know you're going into dangerous situations and they would supply them for you, right?
Well, then I will take a shot at it.
Okay.
Trying to think if there's anything else we've learned about them that would be like, this is the way to neutralize it. Do you throw water on it to neutralize it? Does it do like a Wicked Witch of the West? Like it melts if you throw water on it? Do I have water to throw on it?
What's the check for a laser gun type thing?
Just dual vigor dual.
Dual mysticism is what I'm gonna do. Not good, but I'm gonna try. Nope, that's not words. I'm gonna spend a saga point to make it a 13. We've seen what it does.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I was typing something up there. Okay. You're shooting for a 10. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mhm. No, I did a saga point. It's a 13.
Oh, 13. Okay.
Yeah.
I got an 11, but you'll never guess what. I don't have any more tension points. I've spent all of them.
You did
Um,
2 damage to it? I
so
heard it.
so you did 4 to it. 4. Okay. Badly damaged, badly hurt, but still standing. All right, Mr. Crystal.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull off my big old laser shotgun blaster guy off my back and just let him have it.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
And I do have the lucky bracelet, so it'll be +1 to this.
Nice.
Damn it. So 9. I'm gonna spend 2 saga points. Let's get it up to 15.
There we go. Okay. Um, yep, that'll do it. As your laser fire drills into the body of the steam mander, putting it down, it will not be bonded to you for life as you shot it, shot its slumping form down. Lycia's last act is to shove the door back closed and spin it as you are all left with for the first time with a real sense of danger, of being injured on a foreign soil by yourself with alien race that you're not quite sure if they are on your side. As Royce has been just kind of like trying to shoot laser fired through the drill hole, but like he's terrible at it. Um, as Mixie finally probably just falls through the hole and lands heavily into the middle of the room. Goldine is just like pokes his head from around the corner of the lab, going like, "Is everyone all right?" I think at this stage we kind of start drawing the camera back as we see the bitten and poisoned body of Gareth Carr with some wires leading maybe from his fingertips towards the computer. Ludwicka in Mr. Crystal with smoking laser blasters in their hands, staring at it as everyone gathers around um, to try and figure out what to do at the end of this mess, as you still haven't gone in to find the energy ping that you've been getting it from. Whew. There you go, guys. That's how the system works. Crazy. Um, I know it's very late for some of us. Um, how how did it go? Are we exhausted emotionally? How are we doing?
It's exactly what I thought was going to happen. That was so weird.
We had our first death.
Yeah. Um, no, it was bizarre. I loved it. That was awesome.
I was so surprised at the different turn about putting the consciousness into the computer. Fun idea. Absolutely no reason that we can't do that. And I can't, it's gonna be really fun getting to the next step, right? You said you already have some ideas of what you want to have happen and maybe some traits and stuff like that. How did the dying mechanic feel? Now I know it got a little bit intertwined with the untold story at the same time. So I don't know if you could really tell like
Well,
choosing
yeah,
whether
that's
you.
yeah. I think that I mean anybody that picks ignoble death as, a trump, right? Like, why would you do that? You have to really not like your character to be like, you know what? But I always loved it. It's sort of a thing we've had in RPGs is that if you if you die and you know you're gonna die, no matter what the circumstance is, like we find a way to craft a last moment. You know what I mean? Even if
Yeah,
you just got shot by a blaster bolt or a dragon bit your head off, like you were able to say something and have that one moment before you die. And I think that's sort of incorporated into this, right? And like especially like go out in a blaze of glory, like well, you might as well make it cool. And I think you might as well make it cool is sort of like a rule of this game, right? Like
yeah,
those are your options. Like make it cool. And so I would have been fine, honestly, if the mechanic didn't exist and like Dareth Carr, just straight up just died. Like, I would have found some way to make it. I would have used that thing to blow up something and to blaze of glory something.
yeah,
But with all the weird stuff that we have available, I was like, okay, let's try to push it. And he's not in his original body anymore. Um, let's make it weird and we'll see what happens.
yeah. I definitely chose. You chose option C, right? And it's like, okay, let's see what that is, what that means, you know? And I think that's a lot of fun to try and figure out. Now, how the mechanics are supposed to work is that you're supposed to be able to come right back the next scene. Um, and I think we're going to be able to do that. I think if it's what you want to go that
Kind of, right?
direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then build back into having maybe a different form, right? Something like that.
Yeah. Well, my stat block to start off is just going to be way different. 'Cause it has to be, right? Like some things, and we have to kind of to figure out like what things stay the same, what things are different. But
Yeah.
also, uh, Gareth Carr knows exactly where he is and what's happening right now, but he's not going to tell everybody what's happening right now either.
Yeah.
And so, like, how long can he keep that up? And what's going to happen? I don't know.
Yeah. Like, does Mr. Crystal like see that and be like, wait a minute, that dude was AI. That's forbidden technology. Like, am I gonna get in trouble? Like,
Well, Mr. Crystal doesn't know. Just the scientist that is very unethical. She's the only one that knows the secret right now.
yeah,
Um,
but can he tell from Gareth Carr's corpse? Is there any telltale signs?
oh,
Okay.
great question. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Even if he's got wires, it could just be like the humanish folks who do those like embeds of themselves, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, very true. Very
Yeah,
true.
and is my body how much I'm like we're thinking like Battlestar, like Cylons pretty much have the exact same anatomy, right? But they're not. I'm like, what is the difference and what is a soul and like all of that. We can make that up as we go along. I don't know.
Yep. And especially going into using the mysticism and the essence, like you guys can get as weird as you want, right? Like
Hmm.
this is gonna be like I can see Mr. Crystal being the one that has the most ties to mysticism right now. I can see Mr. Crystal like at some point going like, oh yeah, I'm talking to Gareth Carr right now. I don't know where he's at, but I'm talking to him somehow. like, like I don't know. Um, Yeah, fascinating stuff. Especially Raven Tech being part of this facility, which is a terraforming facility. That's what
mhm.
it was originally built for, but now we've got kind of the twist that it's a military terraforming facility with some sort of weapon underneath it or somewhere, which I know exactly where it's at. You guys probably could take a guess. Um, but um, yeah, there's going to be so many more answers that are going to happen once we start up next session. Now, I can't go next weekend, unfortunately. I'm going to be gone. So that
We'll be
leaves.
on Memorial Day weekend.
It's Memorial Day weekend, the 25th. No
Yep.
kidding.
Yeah.
Oh
Super
man.
early.
Okay. All right. So then that leaves whoop, June 1st.
Okay.
Oh man, 2 weeks. I don't know if I can wait that long to find out what happens. All
Give me enough
right.
time to figure out what the hell I'm going to play, though. That's good.
Yeah. And we'll definitely talk if you want to. We don't have to either.
No, right? I would appreciate your input.
Uh, I I'd, I'd like that we can go this direction, that the system's flexible to do this stuff, because like that's one of the things that when I made this game and games like this, I my main background was D&D. I didn't know games like this already existed or were kind of out there. That the system invites you to do things like this, and it's really like in D&D, like, oh, I my character died. Period. Like there's no next step to that. Like just hope someone's got resurrection and just call it a day. Like no real big deal. But like the characters are having real differences. Like they're coming back as they can live, but they're going to be different. Um, and in this case, vastly different, which is really fun to play around with.